Picture this. A courtroom explodes with a split verdict that leaves Sean Diddy Combs both free of life-threatening charges and locked behind bars, denied bail in a shocking twist. On July 2, 2025, the music mogul was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. But the jury spared him from racketeering and sex trafficking convictions that could have meant life in prison. Now, with sentencing looming and a mountain of civil lawsuits piling up, Diddy's empire is crumbling faster than ever. This is the latest chapter in the saga of a man your fans call a monster, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Let's dive into the chaos. The verdict came down like a bombshell after 7 weeks of a trial that gripped the world. On July 2nd, a 12-person jury in Manhattan found Diddy guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. One involving his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, the other tied to a woman who testified anonymously as Jane. These charges stem from allegations that Diddy flew people, including male escorts, across state lines for these acts. But the big relief for Diddy? He was acquitted of the heavier charges: racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking. Those acquittals saved him from a potential life sentence, a win his lawyer Mark Agnifilo called a great victory for the jury system. Still, with 2 guilty verdicts, Diddy's legal troubles are far from over. But the drama didn't end with the verdict. Just hours after the verdict, Judge Arun Subramanian dropped another bombshell. Diddy's request for bail was denied, and he'll stay locked up in a Brooklyn jail until sentencing. The judge didn't mince words, pointing to Diddy's history of domestic violence as the key reason. During the trial, the defense admitted Diddy had been violent in his relationships, and that admission came back to haunt him. Subramanian said it was impossible to prove Diddy isn't a danger, especially after testimony about his past. This means the man once known for lavish parties is now trading luxury for a cell, 9 months in already with more to come. It's a stark fall for a hip-hop icon, and fans are reeling from the judge's tough stance. So what's the punishment on the table? As October 3rd approaches, Diddy's future hangs in the balance. The sentencing range at 2 to 5 years, maybe more, depends on how Judge Subramanian weighs the evidence. The civil lawsuits could drag on for years, with new accusers potentially emerging, further tarnishing his name. His hip-hop empire, once a symbol of success, now faces an uncertain comeback, if he ever gets one. For a man accused of being a monster who manipulated women for decades, this verdict is a partial escape, but a lasting stain. Will he use this time to work on himself, as his lawyer claims, or will the lawsuits and public outrage keep him down? The road ahead is anything but clear. What do you think about all this? The trial was a roller coaster of raw testimony that laid bare Diddy's alleged dark side. Cassie Ventura, the star witness, recounted years of physical and emotional control, including those infamous freak-offs, drug-fueled sex marathons with male escorts that she says Diddy coerced her into. Jane echoed similar stories, describing how she felt trapped by Diddy's power. Over 34 witnesses, including Kid Cudi and Don Richard, painted a picture of a man who allegedly used violence and threats to get what he wanted. Remember those courtroom gestures we talked about on June 5th, when Diddy nodded at the jury during Brianna Bongolan's testimony? That defiance might have backfired, reinforcing the judge's view of him as uncontrollable. It's all part of the monster narrative your audience loves to dissect. And fans are weighing in big time. Beyond the criminal case, Diddy's drowning in a sea of civil lawsuits, over 70 of them according to USA Today, alleging sexual assault and abuse stretching back decades. One recent development saw a judge dismiss rape claims from accuser April Lampros because the statute of limitations had expired. But that's not the end. Other allegations in her lawsuit will still move forward, keeping the pressure on. Diddy's team denies everything, calling these lawsuits publicity stunts. But the sheer number of accusers paints a troubling picture. From ex-employees to former partners, the claims keep coming, threatening to unravel his legacy even if he beats the criminal rap. It's a legal nightmare that shows no signs of slowing down. But let's rewind to how we got here. Sentencing is set for October 3rd, 2025, and the stakes are high. Diddy faces a maximum of 10 years in prison for each of the 2 prostitution counts. That's up to 20 years total. But the real fight is over how much time he'll actually serve. Prosecutors are pushing for 4 to 5 years, arguing his actions warrant significant punishment despite the acquittals. Meanwhile, Diddy's defense team is countering with a plea for just 2 years, claiming the guidelines support a lighter sentence given his lack of prior convictions. With months to go before the decision, the tension is palpable. Will Diddy walk out sooner or face a decade behind bars? The uncertainty is driving fans wild, and the legal battles are far from over.